Welcome back to the deep dive. And today, we're on a pretty delicious mission, I have to say. We're navigating the food and drink scene in Dubrovnik, Croatia. Everything from, the really high-end stuff down to the little hidden spots. Okay, let's unpack this. You've got these superb boutique hotels, great local restaurants, and some really intimate wine bars. And honestly, if there's one key thing for you to take away today, is that the hotel restaurants are generally excellent.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's a big theme.
You should absolutely think about eating there, even if you're staying somewhere else. They really are setting a high standard.
They absolutely are. But before anyone rushes to book flights, we need to talk timing. Seasonality is huge in Dubrovnik.
Right.
The city's vibe, what's actually open, changes dramatically through the year. Sure, the old town in deep winter can be magical, quiet, intimate.
The weather. Exactly. The sources warn it can be genuinely challenging. We're talking like sudden torrential downpours, fierce coastal storms. It's not always charming.
So the magic's there, but you need to be prepared, meticulously prepared.
Precisely. And this is crucial for you, the learner.
Yeah.
Always check ahead. So many places, especially the upscale ones with terraces, close seasonally.
Okay.
Take Vapor Restaurant, for example. It's a fine dining star, but it only runs from March to November. You absolutely have to call or check their website if you're traveling off-season.
Otherwise, disaster. Standing outside a locked door in the rain.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So yeah, check first.
Good advice. And since those hotel restaurants are so key, let's dive into those first. Where should people be looking for that really top-tier experience?
Okay, well, we have to start with the big two, really.
Okay.
First up is Vapor Restaurant. It's inside the Hotel Bellevue.
Bellevue, right.
This is proper fine dining. You definitely need to book ahead, well in advance if possible. The food is exquisite. Adriatic fish ceviche, wild mushroom risotto, those perfect St. Jacques scallops.
Sounds incredible.
But it's not just the food. The setting is, well, half the experience.
Those famous views, I assume?
Oh, absolutely. Vapor sits right on the cliffside. You get these just phenomenal, uninterrupted sunset views over the Adriatic from the terrace.
Wow.
And they're smart about pairing specific wines to the nearby Pucic Peninsula that really complement the seafood. It's a full sensory thing.
Okay, that sounds like the dramatic coastal choice. But what if you want that same level of food, but, right inside the old town walls?
Then you head to Restaurant Magdalena. It's at the Pucic Palace.
Pucic Palace. Different vibe.
Completely different. It's this lovely, intimate rooftop terrace right in the heart of the old town. In summer, it's actually next to a private Baroque chapel they use for events.
Wow.
Very atmospheric.
Nice.
Their focus is more on traditional recipes, refined, of course, using really fresh, seasonal seafood. And crucially, the wine list leans local. Classics like Dingač, that big, powerful red from Plavec Mali grapes, and Dubrovačka Malvasia, the local dry white. It feels very connected to the place.
History and nobility kind of baked in.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of hotels, I was looking closely at the sources for Census, the restaurant at Hotel Excelsior. This one really seemed to pop as embodying that year-round quality we talked about.
Right. Excelsior's a classic.
Yeah, and Census seems to be one of the few fine dining spots you can rely on outside the main season, which is, frankly, a lifesaver if you visit in the colder months.
Good point.
The descriptions I found were just really detailed. Like one specific meal mentioned buttery baked scallops, then sea bass with Brussels sprouts, nice touch, and finishing with this biscuit take with ice cream and, get this, candied olives.
Candied olives. Okay, that's interesting.
Right, and it was paired with a Corta Catarina Pucic. That level of detail, that little twist, it just stood out.
That candied olive detail really shows the creativity that's happening, doesn't it? We know the executive chef, Peter Obad, gets inspiration from nearby konobas.
Yeah, the sources mentioned that.
He's known for bringing that innovative edge to Adriatic dishes.
Okay.
So that dessert, it fits. Does that innovation extend to the whole wine list, or do they stick to the known quantities?
It seems like a balance. The Corta Catarina Pucic they highlighted is a fantastic white, quite structured, but the sources suggest they feature wines from across the region. It's not just about tradition.
More about elevation.
Exactly. Elevating classic Dalmatian ingredients with new techniques. That's why checking out these hotel restaurants is so important, I think.
Agreed. Okay, but let's shift gears a bit. Away from the white tablecloths, maybe, towards something more specialized. Especially for wine lovers.
Yes, because you can't talk Croatia without talking wine. The variety, the quality, it's amazing.
Well, if you have even a passing interest in wine, Divino Wine Bar in the Old Town is, frankly, essential. Think of it as like a liquid education center.
Huh. I like that.
It genuinely has the largest selection of Croatian wines by the glass in Dubrovnik. Over 60 options, apparently, showcasing stuff from all over the country.
Wow, 60. That's impressive.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's a great little intimate spot to escape the crowds. Plus, and this is key, especially off-season, it stays open late, until 2 a.m. daily.
Oh, useful.
Very. So even when other places are shutting down early in winter, Divino's an option. They also do Mediterranean tapas platters if you just need a quick bite with your wine flight.
Perfect. Okay, so wine covered, but we're on the Adriatic. We have to talk oysters.
Ah, yes. Which brings us neatly to Bota Palace Oyster and Sushi Bar.
Right.
Look, if you can't manage the day trip out to Ston, which is, Oyster Central,
It's a dream trip, yeah.
then Bota Palace is your best bet in the city itself. They specialize in ultra-fresh Adriatic seafood, oysters, obviously, but also sushi. They're linked to the Bota Palace accommodation, so there's a real focus on quality and freshness. Good reputation.
Good to know. Now moving to something maybe a bit more casual, but still kind of scene-stealing, one of the newer spots outside the walls. Zamania Pizza and Bar. It's in Lapad Bay.
Yes, Amanya, this is a great example of how the scene is diversifying beyond the old town walls.
How so?
Well, they're all about authentic Italian Neapolitan pizza. And not just, saying it's Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Use proper, premium Italian ingredients, imported.
Makes a difference.
Huge difference. Plus, the location of Lapad Bay means you get those lovely sea views without the old town crush. Great for dinner.
And the pizzas themselves sound good. I saw mentions of a classic burrata, always good, but also one called Mortadella all'Authentica with pistachio pesto.
Pistachio pesto. See, creative touches again. It shows high quality isn't just for the fine dining places.
Definitely. But okay, what if you just want a beer? A simple, cold, well-earned beer after, say, walking the city walls?
Then there's only one answer, really. You have to find Bougeot Bar.
The famous Bougeot.
That's the one. It's iconic. Part of the fun is actually finding it. You literally go through a hole in the city wall.
A Bougeot, yeah.
Exactly. And it just clings to the rocks right beneath the ancient walls looking out over the sea. No food, just drinks. But for a cold beer at sunset, the atmosphere is unbeatable. Pure Dubrovnik magic.
Sounds perfect. And just circling back to wine quickly, while Divino gives you that huge selection, there's also a Car Winery Dubrovnik mention.
Right, our car. That's more for connecting directly with a local producer. They offer specific tastings, tours, often with local snacks. It gives you that link back to the actual winemaking heritage.
Nice distinction.
Yeah, connects the glass back to the grape, so to speak.
Oh.
Okay, so we've covered key spots inside and just outside the walls. Maybe we should broaden out now. Look in sourcing ingredients or those essential day trips.
Good idea. Let's start with ingredients if you want to put together, say, a picnic or just soak up some local market buzz.
Okay, markets. Two main ones. For local produce, fruits, veg, nuts, honey, even handicrafts. Gundulet Square in the Old Town is your spot. Go early morning, definitely, before it gets too hot or crowded.
Got it. Gundulet Square.
Then for the serious stuff, especially fish and a wider range of produce, you need to head to Gruž Market. That's by the port.
Gruž, okay.
Fridays and Saturdays are the busiest, which means they're the best days to see what the fishermen have just brought in. Great for stocking up. Now, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the areas around Dubrovnik aren't just pretty. They have their own really strong world-class culinary identities. They absolutely deserve a day trip.
And I bet top of that list is the oyster region. Screton and the Peljac Peninsula.
You guessed it. Absolutely. That whole area is globally famous for two things: oysters and wine.
A winning combination.
Isn't it just? Oyster farming goes back to Roman times there. And the best way to eat them, still the traditional way, raw, maybe a tiny squeeze of lemon. That's it.
A fraction.
And if you happen to be there in March, they have the annual Festival of Oysters, a real celebration.
And the wine from Peljac. We mentioned Dinga.
Yes, Dingač and also Post Up. Both are powerful, intense reds made from those Plavac Mali grapes that just bake in the coastal sun. You can easily spend a whole day hopping between family-owned vineyards there, tasting, learning. It's fantastic. The terroir is so rugged.
Sounds amazing. Okay, so that's coastal. What about inland? For more traditional culture. The Konaval Valley, we heard Chef Obad gets inspiration there.
Exactly, Konaval Valley, just south towards Montenegro. It's perfect for a culture-focused day trip, a real glimpse into agricultural Dalmatia.
What makes it special?
Well, traditional villages, rolling hills, and yes, more wine tasting. You can try local grapes like Malvasia, some lovely rosés too. And then you get to try traditional foods that you might not find easily in Dubrovnik itself.
Oh, Like what kind of foods?
Things like a proper local plowman's lunch,
Mhm.
hearty cold cuts, local cheese, olives, bread, and pantypancha sponge cake, which is this light, often citrusy cake they serve with coffee. It's very authentic, real Dalmatian heritage cooking.
Simple but delicious, it sounds like.
Totally. And finally, for that ultimate escape, that long, lazy lunch experience, the sources point towards the islands, specifically Pucic Island.
One of the Elefidi Islands, right?
That's the one. It's super close, only a 30-minute ferry ride, and it's really popular with locals trying to get away from the city buzz.
Why Pucic?
It's entirely car-free, for one. Very peaceful. And it's known for these small traditional restaurants right by the water, serving the absolute freshest fish and seafood you can imagine. It perfectly embodies that Croatian idea of žaka.
Oh, frchaka, for those who don't know.
Žaka. It's hard to translate perfectly. It's sort of like downtime, but deeper. The sweet art of doing nothing. A state of blissful relaxation, mind and body just slowing down. It's a necessity in the Dalmatian mindset.
And Pucic is the place to practice it.
Pucic is the perfect place. A long, slow, delicious seafood lunch by the water. That's peak žaka.
That sounds like the perfect note to end on, actually. So there you have it. A roadmap, really. You've got the consistent quality of the upscale hotel restaurants. Seriously, check them out. You've got the cozy specialist wine bars, casual seaside spots like Zamanja or Buja, and those essential day trips for world-class oysters and wine. Dubrovnik really does offer incredible variety, something for every taste, every pace, every season. Just remember to check those opening times.
Definitely check the times. This raises an important question, though. Or maybe just a thought. It's fascinating when you think about the history. Those incredible old town walls, they weren't just for show. They were built primarily to protect the Republic's most valuable asset back then, the salt pans near Ston.
Salt, right. White gold.
Exactly. The very same area that's now world famous for its oysters and its wine. So consider how that early economic driver, the salt trade, directly helped create the conditions, the prosperity, that ultimately led to the region becoming renowned for these specific gastronomic treasures we enjoy today.
Wow, from salt to stone walls to oysters and wine, that's a pretty amazing historical connection. A walled city built on salt, now feeding the world its finest seafood and wine.
It's all linked.
A powerful and delicious link indeed. Okay, get planning that trip. And definitely book a table at one of those hotel restaurants. You might just have your most memorable meal there.